Commander Diwan, an infiltration attempt. I mean, what was going on? Now, when we say terrorists, for the Pakistanis is the same thing, right? Whether you're sending people in civilian clothing or you're sending rangers or you're sending the Pakistani army. But what were these guys up to? Now, they would know that at this point of time, there is an intensity of alert and everybody's got operational freedom to take them on. What were they cooking here?
Despite the intensity of pressure from India on to Pakistan, we all know it's a huge terrain, difficult terrain, huge area, and secondly, buttressed with so many sleeper cells. And that is another point which late CDS General Bipin Rawat used to keep saying, that we are faced with 2.5 fronts. I would not call it half now. The internal security.
Okay, I think forgive us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear us? So yeah, carry on.
Yeah. The point I am making is the way we are now talking about what is happening on the borders, whether sea borders, air borders, or land borders. But I can assure you, the internal enemy, the Jaichans within our country, whether it was earlier Tukde gang or the sleeper cells, keeping a close watch on them is a very, very critical part, whether it is in airport security, whether it is fishing boats. And I must tell you, by what I read it, yesterday, Prime Minister Modi had a meeting with Home Secretary. After that, he had a meeting with all the secretaries. The point I'm making is the internal security bit is handled by Home Ministry and Home Secretary and Home Minister. So that is a very important thing for us to play up. Because I will tell you, in a small naval base like INS Hamla in Bombay, for example, look at the morale and look at the messaging. In a Hamla is a logistics training establishment. If there's an army, if there's an explosion there by a sleeper cell over here, what a great hoopla it creates globally, nationally, for the forces. So therefore, it has 365 degrees alertness. And in that alertness focus, internal part, the hidden enemy is much more important, damaging for morale and for the, sense of upbeatness which the enemy can get.
Okay, so let me just give you details of what you're seeing on your screens. This is in Samba sector in Jammu. This is late last night. This was an infiltration attempt 7 to 10. We are being told it was detected by the surveillance grid that is in operation. Hence, you're seeing the visuals which were recorded. The Pakistani Rangers provided covering fire from Dhandar post. The BSF troops were there. They have caused extensive damage in retaliatory fire, not only to those who were trying to infiltrate, but also to the Pakistani post at Dhandar. What you are seeing is thermal imaging clip of the destruction of a bunker in Dhandar coast. So, that's what you are seeing is the engagement of a bunker in Dhandar post. So, 7 of the infiltrators were eliminated and the Pakistani post providing covering fire to them was also engaged, leading into the destruction of at least one bunker. Now, let me get in Commander Diwan. So, now, I mean, obviously, this is not a normal circumstance, but I am still trying to, and I know it's a best guess. What would they be up to? Would it be some kind of special op, covert? What were they thinking? That listen, we need to slip in 7 or 10 guys who will then be up to no good behind Indian lines. What could be the purpose of this?
The rare bases, our cantonment areas, our military installations, or for that matter, even religious places, or even in a huge crowd having an IED or a bomb explosion, in our back. This is even traditionally in the wars which we find, the hinterland is most prone to these kind of attacks, these kind of insidious attacks. So, and they are more difficult to prevent. So that is what, to my mind, they were trying to do, and they will be doing it all across the sea coast, all across the land border, and everywhere else. So that is what I see.
All right, Air Marshal Kak joining us on